Art used to be fun. We should all try to remember that. Hello everyone! Welcome to our Business with Ness. I'm Ness and I'm a professional illustrator. Do you remember when you first started drawing? How fun, how freeing it was. But as we progress as artists, we start taking it more and more seriously. Some of us even want to make art our whole career. It can be really hard to balance the seriousness and dedication of trying to improve, trying to make a career work, and the fun. I have a vivid memory of when I first started thinking that art could be kind of a drag sometimes. It was in college. I was studying visual arts. I had months and months on end of just very technical exercises, and it was really kind of boring. While it did help me improve my skills and it was a good curriculum, it also killed my passion a little bit. Thankfully, I did get it back, and you can too. Throughout my career, I've had lots of ups and downs about my passion. It's very, very common for us artists to kind of paint ourselves in the corner when it comes to actually enjoying our art. If lately you're just kind of not feeling it, you're not alone, and there are solutions for that. So let's get your passion back. Here are my 6 best tips to make art fun again. But before we get started, real quick, do all the YouTube things for me, please. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell if you want to get notifications every time I upload a new video. All right, let's get into it. Tip number 1, make time for fun time. Time is so short and so limited, I know that, but still, it is extremely crucial to make time for personal projects, fun experiments, or silly doodles. It's crucial to keep our passion and creativity alive, and if you never schedule time for that, it's never going to happen. I know that if you have a day job or kids or other responsibilities, or you're a full-time artist with deadlines, it can be very hard to make time for things that maybe you don't see as important, like personal projects. But you have to think of it as an important part of your artistic health. If you don't make time for fun drawing, you risk making art just another job, tedious, boring, uninspiring. This puts you at risk for burnout or just plain giving up on art. If art is not fun anymore, why would you even bother doing it in the first place? I've said it before and I've said it again. As artists, one of our biggest failure risks is just giving up. So just like other facets of your health, if you neglect your artistic health, it's going to come back and become a terrible problem in time. That's why it's so important to negotiate all of your contracts with ample time. If you think it's going to take you a month, ask for 2 months. This helps you factor in not just unexpected issues that arise because, in life shit happens, but also helps you have ample time to also do some fun stuff. If you find that right now in your art career, you have to rush all the time and you have to draw 12, 14 hours a day just to barely make a living, this is a big sign that you are not charging enough. And the thing with fun time is that this is never wasted time. I find that when I take a day for fun drawing, then the next day I'm much more creative, productive, and motivated. And during my fun time, I always come up with my best ideas that then I often end up using for real collections that I make down the line. It's also great practice to keep your skills sharp. It's not only fun, but it has so many other benefits. One great way to schedule your fun time into your life is to do something like a fun Friday. But it doesn't have to be Friday, it can be any other day of the week, but just basically take this one day dedicated to just drawing whatever you want to. Not for a client, not for a portfolio, but just for fun. Tip number 2, make ugly art. When we were younger and just starting out with drawing, we made a ton of really ugly art. But we didn't care, right? It was the most fun ever. But as we got better and better, we started improving our skills. But not just that, we started seeing all of the mistakes. As our skill improves, the expectations that we set for ourselves also increase. At some point in our journey, we all started sitting down to draw not just for the fun of it, but actually to make something pretty. And that's a great goal, but the problem with that is if for whatever reason it doesn't happen that day, it can ruin our entire week. Artists are very sensitive. It can send us into a whole spiral of despair. That's a lot of pressure, and pressure is the opposite of fun. I've even heard from a lot of artists who actually have trouble making art just for fun because they're really afraid of making ugly art. That fear can be paralyzing. So I say the solution to that is to make some bad art on purpose. Just sit down with some kids' Crayola markers in the worst color palette that you can come up with and just doodle some happy nonsense. Here are some ideas. You can draw some prompts in under a minute, so the time challenge here will make sure that you create something really ugly. Draw with your non-dominant hand. Draw with both hands at the same time. Draw with a distortion filter, that's really fun. Draw with your eyes closed, etc. With exactly no expectations at all, you can have some amazing fun just playing around with your materials. And this is really great warm-up to loosen up and not be so afraid of the white page. Tip number 3, experiment with something new. If you always draw the same thing over and over again, shit can get stale. With art, you gotta keep it fresh by introducing new things into your routine. With an experiment, there also shouldn't be any expectations. You're just trying out something new. And if it works, great. Maybe you can even keep it and make it part of your regular art routine. But if it doesn't work, also great. Here are some ideas for experiments. Try a new media that you've never tried before. Try colors that you don't use that often. Try to draw something that you've never drawn before. Try drawing something that you're not good at. This is great practice. Try a new art style or switch up a part of your style. Do you always draw with line art? Try without line art. Try a new drawing method, etc. Experimenting is often how you end up improving as an artist, learning new things or evolving your techniques. We have 3 more tips to cover, but before I continue, do you also sometimes struggle with not finding art fun anymore? Tell us about your experience in the comments. And if there's a tip in this video that you'd like to try, also tell us which one that you would like to try. Continuing with tip number 4, join a challenge. Now with social media, there are a lot of challenges happening all over the place, and a lot of them can be great fun. They can also be really motivating and inspiring. Being part of a community where everyone is working on the same thing and you can see what everyone else is working on can be amazing. Some challenges are special events like Inktober, Mermaid, or Folktale Week. There are also challenges that you can start and do at any time, like Draw This in Your Style challenges, Draw 100 Things challenge, or prompt lists. There are lots of those. There are also contests that you can join, like Spoonflower Design challenges, the SVS Farm Contest, the Society of Illustrators Annual Competition, the Illustrators Exhibition at the Bologna Book Fair, etc. The only thing that I would say be really careful with is contests offered by private companies. A private company is not putting on contests just out of the goodness of their hearts. There's always something in the terms of services that benefits them. Sometimes they're grabbing at the copyrights of your art or things like that. So I say just stick with the fun community challenges and the nonprofits and stuff like that, and this can be great fun. Tip number 5, get inspired. There's nothing more fun than getting a new, exciting idea and being really motivated to make it happen. Inspiration is so amazing. It's this great wave that comes and carries you, but you don't have to just wait around for inspiration to strike. You can go and seek out inspiration yourself. The artist Jake Parker has this concept that he calls the creative bank account that I think is so true. He says inspiration doesn't just come out of nowhere. You have to fill up your bank account before you can withdraw. So here are some ideas to find inspiration. You can visit a museum or an art show, take a walk and take photos of everything cool that you see on the way. I do this one all the time. Watch a new movie, series, read books, even if it's not art. Anything can inspire you. Look at the work of other artists who inspire you. Attend a trade show, convention, craft fair, or farmer's market. Listen to new music or watch a concert. And travel. This doesn't have to be a long trip. If you don't have any money, you can even visit your hometown. we never make time to just visit around. I've been living in this town for 2 years now, and there are many things, landmark museums, things that I've never even visited myself. Now that my in-laws are going to come over this summer, we're preparing some stuff that we can do to show them around, and it's going to be our first time too. So you don't need a lot of money to travel and see new things. The bottom line is artists are like sponges. Fill yourself up with inspiring things and then you'll be ready to start creating. And finally, tip number 6, take a class. Learning a new skill can be extremely fun and it can really refresh your art practice and learn something new. Nowadays, with online classes, it's possible to learn something new whenever you want and to go at your own pace. There are sites like Skillshare or Domestika where you can find great inspiring classes that are also very affordable. I'm personally a big fan of Domestika. I find that their classes are extremely high quality and they always work with very successful, very inspiring artists. I recently took a lot of hand lettering classes over there at Domestika, and it was really great to add that new skill to my arsenal. It's already been so useful. But most of all, I had the best fun ever learning that skill. Apart from those sites, there are also a lot of artists who offer online classes on their own website or offer things like that on Patreon. And if you're on a tight budget and you don't want to spend anything, you can even look up YouTube videos to learn something new for completely free, just like you're doing right now. In the end, having fun with our art is a big part of our general artistic health. And it's so important to prioritize it. Make time for fun. Otherwise, you might as well not do art at all. And if you struggle with your creative health in general, I have a class to recommend you that I think might be a total game changer for you. I call it the Healthy Artist Workshop. It tackles topics like art block, burnout, imposter syndrome. And it gives you practical tips that you can put into effect right now to solve these issues, prevent them from happening, and create and maintain a sustainable, healthy artistic practice. If you're interested, I will leave the link to that in the description below. But that's it for me today. I really hope that you liked the video, and if you did, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help our small channel grow. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!